want to give you a review unboxing of this. It's only just come now. Basically it comes in one of these plastic type bags. Don't ask me at the moment how good it is. I'm looking in the camera, this is all reversed, so I hope this is going to be the correct way around. There's a barcode on there, so you might be able to scan that in, and a QR QC code. Now this is solar, okay? Solar lights, yeah, you need the sun to make them shine when the sun is shining. But no, really, I think you have a like solar cell that you can put outside somewhere or somewhere, and then the light inside. I haven't even opened this yet, so a bit of bubble wrap. Like two separate parts, like the solar cell. Some, well, presumably adhesive pads to stick it on somewhere, or stick the light on. So here's the solar cell. It's encased in plastic, or seems to be. There's a couple of like hook type things on the back for screws, round headed screws, and some standoffs on the bottom there. A few slight marks on it, and a wire with like a round pin plug on it, and the light itself, which is an LED one. Oh, it's actually got some power in there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, off, on. It seems like a spongy switch, that to me. It doesn't seem to be a defining click. So you might hear that. This looks like it can unclip and clip on this cover. There's the back, and presumably that's where you plug it in here, which is on the opposite side to where this pull cord. It's got a knot in that, but I might be able to undo that, I'm not sure. And like a plastic bead to pull on if you want. Quite surprised how long that cord is actually. So look, there's a couple of screws, round headed screws in a little bag. And presumably some instructions here, and I think some instructions. I haven't really looked at the instructions. Seem okay at first glance. It says model DGI 0490, blank on the other side. So I'm going to have a read of these before I do any more. But basically the instructions suggest that there are two screw holes in here that you can take the cover off, replace some rechargeable batteries inside, and if you take the cover off and screw it, you can mount it with these two screws. But those would have to be supplied by yourself, because the two screws that came with it are actually for the solar panel. Okay, it was ideal because they're round headed. clip on like these keyholes in the solar panel. Now, I think that's what these adhesive, seems quite a thickish one there. I think that's adhesive anyway. Two of them, there for the light. Although it does suggest that you might want to do more permanent fixture with screws. Open it up. Well, the only way I've almost do it is a small screwdriver. That's a number 2mm screwdriver, flat bit. Sorry about that, the battery ran out on the camera. But just this, I can't really see. Quite often I'll have a bit of a gap for you to get in, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I'm just wedging that under there. I'm trying to lift that one off. Keep that up with my finger here. And I'm going to try and, yes, can I think yep, there we are. So, quite rough here to spread the light out, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LEDs there, and 4 screws, which again we would have to take that off. I'm going to do that just now to show you inside. Let's turn this on first. Turn this off. I think I'd like to have a bit more defined click on that than what there seems to be. This hasn't been charged up or anything, hasn't even been plugged in, just as it's come out the box. Okay, I'll get these 4 screws undone. Phillips, and then I'll come back. Well, actually I was about to undo the screws, and then I realised there's some holes here, and that hole there does go all the way through to this hole. So you don't really need to take this part off. You don't need to open it any more than that to screw some screws in and fasten this with like roll plugs to a wall or whatever have you. Although, as I do say, it does come with these adhesive pads that apparently you can stick it to the wall. But I'm going to open this up anyway to see what sort of batteries there are inside or what have you. I'll show you that. Okay, I've taken the screws out, so just the back there. I've got 3 of these cells. A small amount of circuitry, looks like a diode, resistor, and the switch itself. I suppose the diodes to stop any back voltage going to the solar cell. And the resistor for the LEDs to limit the current. There's a number on here. Looks like, I don't know if you can see that. So that says EQ 093W. Some other numbers on here. So not really much to the circuitry, just so far as I can tell, just a diode, resistor and a diode. Does have 2007 there. 600 milliamp, 1.2 volts each cell, so 3 of them. Obviously you can replace these. Generally I think they recommend nickel cadmium for solar, because solar might be on and off. Yeah, there is a thing there, so make sure you do get the right way up, like a hook. Looks almost like a hook. I think that's for the plug, seems to be. Actually I think that hook's under where you plug in on that circuit board there, so there's a like, socket plug thing. Make sure the cords Okay, no wires are getting trapped. I'll screw the 4 screws back and then I'll come back. Okay, that's 4 screws in. So be careful with these, because I don't know if you can see them, there's just a little bit of plastic like bump on there to latch into some grooves on this, well, almost lens type thing, diffuser, just plastic. Now, I'm going to clip it on one side first. Can I? Yes, and just pressing it on, don't have to really force it there, just clipped on quite easily. And it's on there steady, and yep. Okay, let's get some measurements. So I would say that the overall length of this is 220 millimeters. Sorry if this is upside down. I'm only doing this approximately. 220. Height about 70. Well, width I would say. Height in a way is about 50 millimeters. So it's about 50 millimeters. Let's have a look at the solar cell. So the solar cell is, I'm doing this probably upside down, 120. Well, that is the whole size of it. It's not the actual solar cell. So look, the solar cell is about 100 millimeters. Looks square. Well, almost square. Well, slightly short. So that's 110 millimeters height. And the solar cell there is about 87, something like that. The actual solar cell. You get a wire with a plug on. The smell, this is quite new. I'm going to measure this wire. I'll come back when I've done that. So the wire is about 1080 millimeters, so over a meter, quite long, 2-core. Seems robust enough. It seems quite hard. A few slight marks on the plastic. I don't know if you can see them, but I don't think that'll have any major impact. So it's suggesting this is the way up it wants to go. The 2 screw heads in there, and the wire coming from the bottom, plugging into like a socket here on the actual light. And that will charge up the batteries. I want to actually try and measure some voltages on this. Wait until I get my meter out and we'll see what's what. So VC99 here. Hope you can see that. Okay, I'll just put this on here. There's a couple of biggish LED lights shining. You can get an idea of the brightness. Now they do recommend the solar light, not artificial light. So I'm putting a positive pin on the inside here. Six volts. Just let me, if I can keep this, I'm going to put a sheet of paper, instructions over it, and we'll see what, so it drops, yeah, there's still probably a bit of light getting through actually. See, 1 volt, 1.5 volts, going up to 6 odd volts. Okay, I'm going to try the current open circuit here. Again just using the thing, so that's just going to the milliamp setting on this meter, 0.3, well, say a quarter of a milliamps, and that's not, well, yeah, that's reasonably, because I do have a light directly almost above, not too far away, about a metre and a half away, LED, big sort of LED, and obviously it drops when you cover it. So it seems quite well protected because it is in this plastic almost container surrounded by it. It seems quite strong. I think that'll give it very good protection. I don't know about waterproofing, but presumably these are meant to go outside. I would worry about water seeping up here, but there is a bit of a grommet type thing on there that I hope would seal any vein. So yeah, and then obviously that white does want to go down, so any vein getting on it would go down and not like go up and into it. Well, that's about the basic look. I'm going to put this somewhere. The intention actually is to put this inside a cupboard and have this outside. Now it won't be in full sunlight. It'll be just like ambient light in a passage actually. That is the plan, and because the cupboard won't be opened too much, I'm hoping there'll still be enough power going in this through the doors and such like. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you how good it is. Get this plugged in, and I'll actually turn it on. So remembering this has not been charged up or anything, this is fresh, direct, unpacked. Right, that's plugged in. Don't know if that's made it any brighter. Plug it in. I can't see any difference looking at it, and I can't see any difference in the camera. Let me hold this quite near it. See, you'll probably see this light actually on it. Let's try this with a light above. I think that might give us a better look. Yeah, getting the shadow. So that actually, putting this in the light does not seem to affect the brightness of the actual lights. So it seems like any current or whatever is going into the batteries to charge them up. I imagine that the batteries aren't totally charged. Okay, I'm going to get this in the cupboard. Well, before I actually do stick it up, let's try and get a look at this label. So that's off, on. Let me try and shut this door a bit, because sometimes it can get very dark in here actually. Okay, the light's on at the moment. Off, on. I'm sorry about the focus here. Camera's off. In the dark, you know, can be difficult to. I mean, it's not totally dark. It probably looks darker on the camera than what it is in real life.